All right, so Kyle, this is where it all happens. I really, really like this part because you get to see where it starts. It doesn't come out as line. It doesn't start out that way. It starts out as these little pellets. Like this is fluorocarbon, this is nylon. They look very similar, but they weigh different. Like this one is much heavier than that one. And then this is nylon that's colored. You can see the little colored pellets in there as well. But this is how it starts out. It is heated up and melted in a hopper. Then that is pressurized and extruded. That all fishing line is made very similar. It's extruded out of very hot, and it goes through these long tubes, which are these machines you see behind us. If you want to see like a full animated detailed, you can click the link below. Check that out. That'll show you kind of like step by step what it looks like. There's some proprietary stuff going on behind us. We're not going to show all of the secrets here at Sunline, but we're going to show you how it's made. But as it comes out of that extruder, it's going to be cooled off and heated and stretched, and through a whole process of doing that repeatedly. Then it's going to go to another section to where it's going to get finished off. But this is where it starts. It starts by being extruded and then rolled onto big spools, which are what these boxes are. These boxes right there behind us are big spools of line that are getting ready to go to the next phase. But this is where the fishing line is born, so to speak.
All right, so check this out. This is the biggest fluorocarbon line. 1,000-pound test. Unbelievable.
You could pull a battleship with that thing.
You could tow your truck home with it. I mean, that's crazy. 1,000-pound test.
Yes, and they catch tuna with that.
All right, so we are at the Sunline factory, and we're actually in the room that does the tensile strength test on all the line. And this is by far what I was the most excited to see, because I wanted to come over here and test knots and test them against each other and test them on various types of lines. So it's been very, very enlightening to be inside this room right here. And what I've learned from it is there's a variety of really, really good knots that test within a few percent of each other. But I tie the double pits, and we had a knot tournament yesterday, and I actually won the knot tournament yesterday and lost today, got beat by a uni. But there's a lot of really good knots that tie really, really close to each other, and the biggest thing is making sure you don't burn that fluorocarbon line, and then just tie the one that you have confidence in. So this has been really, really cool, and this has been my favorite part of the trip. And if you want to see any of the knots that I mentioned, or learn a new knot, or just go see all the knots that Sunline have to offer, you can go to the Sunline website and actually see the knots. They have really good and easy to follow animations on there. That's actually how I learned to tie a few knots, so go check it out.
All right, so we're just going to go ahead and open one of these boxes. And these are climate controlled boxes. They block out all of the light and all of the moisture. These are the big spools. As they come off of out of the extruder, they are the right diameter. But they've got to go to the next phase of the line being finished. We're going to show you that next. All right, Kyle, this is the room where the line becomes the product that you actually fish with. Right. This is where the raw materials, where it was extruded, and what we saw before, all the line comes in here and it gets a finish on it. Now, there's a lot of different proprietary finishes that are going on in this room. This one right here, if you feel this line right here, it is super smooth, super slick, and it just has that final coat of whatever it is. Depending on the line, whether it's fluorocarbon or monofilament, it's going to get some sort of different finish on that line, and that's where it happens right here. They finish the stretching and then they put that coating, whatever it is. There's different, like I said, there's different ones in here, but it's just super cool, because before it comes on here through this side, it feels a little bit rough, right, not quite smooth, but once it comes out of there, this is what you know, that smoothness that Sunline does.
Yeah, and then everybody hears about the plasmarized coating and all that stuff, and this is where that takes place, and it's just hard to believe that like Sniper goes through this process 3 times to get triple coated. So it's unbelievable, but pretty fascinating.
Right. After the line comes out of the resin area that we just saw, they're still on the big spools. It comes out of the extruders, goes on big spools, goes through the processes we just saw, still on big spools. How do they get onto these smaller spools? It happens right here behind us. And with most of the high-end fluorocarbons and most of the high-end lines here at Sunline, they have what's called a uniform spooling process, which is all the lines are perfectly parallel. So there is no overlap. There's no crossing over. The line stays perfectly smooth as it's put onto the spool. So it is like, it's mesmerizing to me to like take that spool of shooter and spool it up, because that line is perfectly coming off of there. That line is perfectly smooth. It is so much fun to watch. And next we're going to see how this is packaged, because those perfectly put on spools are going to be going into the boxes. But Sunline has an initiative where they're transitioning from plastic packaging to like that one, over to the cardboard, the more sustainable type materials, trying to help the environment do their part to make everything last longer for the environment.
All right, so we're in the packing room now, and I don't know about you, but whenever you think about a Japanese factory and packing, this is kind of the machine that you would visualize, but seeing it in person is even cooler than I anticipated.
It just mesmerizes me to see the sink and how everything flows, and it's so quick. It's just wild to watch it go.
And how fast it can go. So every single bulk spool comes through right here. All right, so we are here in actually the packing room where they pack and ship the orders. First thing first, my hat's off to them. I wish my garage was this organized. Like, this is pretty dang impressive. But this right here is my absolute favorite line. This is the 22-pound shooter. This is my number one, and had to come check on it, make sure it was safe over here, tucked in the corner. But very impressive with the order and the organization here, because I wish I could get on this level.
Found one of my new favorites right here is the All Might. This is the sinking braid. It's the denser line that gets down quick, drop shot, Neko rig, any of those techniques that finesse, you want a little deeper. This is hot. They have a good stock of it, and they're going to be shipping out a whole bunch of it.
Previously known as the Defier D-braid, but this one actually
is better.
It's better. It's smoother, and it also sinks even faster than the Defier did. So redone, repackaged, and even better for the application.
Tuned and improved.
All right, Kyle, that's it right there. You got the whole walkthrough on the Sunline factory, how the line is made, all the research, all the development, and this is the final stage before it is shipped out. And you know what? They ship out over 300 tons of fishing line per year. That's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. I mean, whenever you hear that number, it's hard to even fathom. And it's also hard to even fathom how much testing and how many different hands go into making this final product. So I'm glad we came and toured this, because I have even more confidence in the product now. But a lot of it was, like you said, unbelievable.
It's crazy. It's so refined. It's so tuned, just from start to finish, from the research, like you said, all the way through all those processes, all those hands that touch it, all the quality controls is really amazing, so that you get the best line on your reel when you go fishing.
And all the people you talk to, it wasn't like, I'm just here doing my job. Everybody we talked to seemed passionate about it.
That's right.
Like it really did. So it was a really cool experience.
Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And be sure to follow all the Sunline latest news.
Yep. See y'all.